Hey everybody, it's Drew from UDS here with another edition of the Quarantine Sessions, where we chat to people a lot cooler than us in the wonderful land of lockdown. We're joined by the coolest twins since Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito in that one movie. They're a seriously funky band from Edmonton, Canada. They're pushing the boundary of what's possible in independent production. It's Luke and Noah of Retrofile.
Thank you very much for the kind words.
We try with the interest. So, how are you guys? You know, it seems like a weird question in quarantine, but how you doing?
Good. I mean, we're doing all right. I mean, when you make music, not a whole lot changes, you know?
Yeah. I see you guys have got all the setup behind you. You're just sort of recording like you normally do.
Yeah, exactly. So it's true. I mean, for the most part, we've been keeping pretty sane. We're doing okay. We're doing all right.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Yeah, day by day, starting to go crazy being cooped up. But for my day job, lucky enough to be working from home, and then doing this in the meantime helps keep you sane. So it's doing all right. Yeah, it's okay. Well, I mean, one thing I was going to ask later, actually, but it seems like right now is you've been doing those Blanketforts sessions, where you're doing live mashups of other songs and everything. Is that quarantine coping, or was that always like a project you had in mind?
That's definitely quarantine coping.
Yeah, it's mostly quarantine coping. I mean, we'd always wanted to do covers, but just straight covers always felt so hokey in a weird way, and now it didn't feel hokey anymore. Like, it felt like, no, this feels like the right thing for us to do, and for like people actually want this in a weird way, in a way that maybe they didn't before. Plus, when you can't play live, it kind of helps in replacing that to some degree.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It was all those things.
Yeah, it's a fun alternative, I guess, for now to playing live shows.
Yeah.
Obviously.
A little bit of fun's what we need.
And
yeah. It's good.
And it is mostly live. Like, we'll track some sort of, like, obviously for anybody that has seen those videos, we'll track some sort of dummy drum track, so to speak, and then just play to it live. So it is actually live. Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
So you guys are doing okay then? You're keeping sane. Good. Well, I'm going to ask all about your music a little bit later, but before, just to kick it off, we just like to get everybody to know everybody, ask the really deep, penetrating questions, the really real stuff. If you were a sandwich, what would you be?
Sandwich.
Take your time. It's you'll face judgment on your answer.
I wouldn't be something flashy, but it'd be like a sandwich you'd be happy with, like, every day. Like, nothing crazy, just like a BLT, just like a club, you know, like nothing fancy, but you wouldn't complain if you had to eat a BLT for lunch every day. You know, just okay. It's just okay. Yeah, it's an okay sandwich.
Just an okay one. And you?
No, I think I'd go with something similar. There's this sandwich you can get at, this is a very niche answer, and I'm not sure other people will know what I'm talking about. But there's a type of sandwich you can get at the Italian Center here where we and it's like $5, and it's this ginormous, at least like 12-inch sub basically. Yeah. And they use all fresh ingredients there, so it'd be specifically that. I think it's just tons of different types of, like, salamis.
You're just bang for your buck. Is that what it is?
I'm going utilitarian. Just pure.
I just said a sandwich. I didn't say, necessarily a sandwich to any dimension. So you just went for the biggest possible sandwich you could.
Yeah, I went for specifically the largest possible.
12-inch deli sub. Nice one. I gotta say, that's the most inventive answer we've had to that. Most people are thinking very, very small time. Like, say, go for a club sandwich. So yeah, I like that one. I like that flank. So I was trying to think, before we got started on this, I was trying to think what the best way is to describe your music there for that intro. But I've got to say, your sound tends to sort of defy any kind of one definition, any kind of one genre. I mean, how best would you guys describe yourselves?
We were talking about this before you went on, because it's such a hard thing. Because I don't think we're like, it's not like we're avant-garde and that's why you can't explain it. It's not that. It's just that I don't think we write in this one pocket where like the sounds of the instruments always end up kind of coming out the same way. Like there's certain artists where it's like, oh, that's them instantly. Like just in the music intro, it's like that's them because they always have the same amount of reverb, the same this, the same that, and it kind of lands in this pocket where it's like, that's Tame Impala, that's Lana Del Rey, that's this, that's that. It is so obvious. I think it's just that, like, I think our songwriting is similar, and that kind of ties things together. Like we have a certain way that we like our songs to be arranged, and they kind of end up that way if you listen to our music close enough. But I don't know, like art pop kind of, or just more generally like alternative is just kind of where we end up, just because we encompass a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But it is hard because you get you'll read like comments of people trying to pin us, and on one song it will just be them describing that song. You know, it won't necessarily be describing our whole thing, which is fine. I'm kind of okay with that if that's what it is. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not necessarily a bad thing to go necessarily in divide. It kind of makes, like you say, there's subtle things you guys do against each song that definitely marks it as your own without, broadly speaking, settling down in one genre. It's kind of cool, actually. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, also, I think it might just be because of the artists that we grew up listening to. Like we listen to a lot of artists like Bowie or Prince or Kate Bush or people like they every album for them was kind of different, but you'd still listen to it and it sounds like them because their voice or their this or that. But yeah, so that's probably what it is. It's just we listen to a lot of dynamic artists, so that maybe is just how we ended up writing stuff.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So if you'd have to say your biggest influences, would you say that, like Bowie, Prince, Kate Bush?
They're up there. I mean, there's so many, like sometimes just one song from one artist ends up influencing stuff. So it's hard to say an overarching one or two people, but artists like that are definitely up there. Both our parents listened to a ton of different music, so like in car rides and stuff like that, like you get a huge, almost like going to school for what good music is out there. Cause they were really, really diverse, like music fans. So all kinds of stuff.
I have strong memories of long car trips. The music from those always sticks in your brain, doesn't it? One of those long-term memories. I've got that with Styx and Pink for some reason. I have no idea why. Those two.
That's the thing is we're still from that genre where not genre, generation where you still had like your case of CDs. So if you were on a car trip, it's like this one album is getting bumped almost the whole time.
Everybody's gonna sing along every word, play all the instruments. Yeah, that's the thing. All right. Well, speaking more directly about your own music, I mean, you've released your second EP? End of last year. Heard It All Before, and you just followed up with another single, Bad Dreams, a few weeks ago. Actually, seems like a fair bit of momentum. Are you going to keep that going? Just keep releasing, producing, releasing.
Yeah. We've got we've got loads of music that we've been working on for years and just have been tinkering with and also just especially now because we're at home 24/7, we can record all the time. But in terms of momentum, we're always looking to just keep writing, keep producing. And sorry, I just wanted to make a comment in terms of the genre thing as well a little bit. Just saying that I know for a fact that for us, like you said, we grew up with so many different types of music. I know that sometimes we'll write a song and it's 100% of one thing. And like a clear example of that would be Romanticism. I know that when we were making it, we specifically wanted to lean into the funk and the late 70s kind of disco, Motown a little bit kind of flavors there. and we weren't afraid of exploring that. And then if you take, the Heard It All Before EP, we didn't really use the sort of boppy guitar, funky guitar as much. So yeah, it just depends on sort of what we're
on the
working
track.
on the track.
But yeah, as far jumping back to the question you just asked, the momentum thing.
Take it wherever it is.
Yeah. Let me answer a question you didn't ask. As far as
well, I mean, speaking about specific songs, then 2 words. That's very funky. It's got a lot of sort of like that, like you say, that boppy guitar and in and out of that. Did that have the same motivation? Make a specific kind of song and execute that one.
Yeah, that song came out, I think specifically it was that thing of like, because the bass and drum combo came out first, and it was just like, let's just make a song that you want to walk down the street to, like a little bit of like a, there's those songs you put in that playlist of like your own kind of headcanon soundtrack of like, if I'm kind of my feeling cool day walking down the street, driving your car, whatever it is. That whole song just leaned fully into that.
Going to get the coffee, dancing around the street, that kind of like dancing.
Exactly. Yeah. So that song was definitely that. I mean, you just climax even into a guitar solo, which is like guitar solos can be so excessive, but that song was fully embracing this idea of like just go for that tone, go for that feeling cool vibe.
The vocals, you guys just sort of like just singing in the big chorus and everything like that.
Yeah.
It seems like you're sort of like just having fun with it, messing around. What's the most outrageous thing can you do every single time?
Well, yeah, I mean that is definitely part of, like, I was talking about the arrangement or like something that ties our songs together, is I definitely feel like we lean on the side of music should be fun. Like, even if it's a ballad, it should give you some level of enjoyment, like I think, don't get me wrong, I love listening to like someone like a Radiohead or something like that, but I've never put them on to like have a good time. It's a different kind of thing there. I'm a sucker for like music that you want to put on with a group, like with people hanging out. It kind of brings back good memories, and it's like, even if it's not an upbeat track, it brings pleasant memories and like pleasant feelings. And I think we're both suckers for just fun. Yeah, definitely like writing fun into the music and finding a way to bring that into it, in the production or in little pieces of how the song's arranged. So yeah, in like 2 words or bad dreams, whatever it is, finding ways to bring that stuff in there.
Really about having fun, but I showed a friend of mine, Heard It All Before, the whole EP, and without actually having seen any of the music videos, which is kind of funny actually. They described it as the perfect soundtrack to a sad Netflix romance TV series. It was the perfect music to play in a montage where someone's forlornly walking down the streets of New York. They said that it gave them a very happy, sad feeling. Would you say that's what?
Yeah,
sure. On that one as well.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's
cool. Yeah.
I also like that it gives you a location right away, because I like the idea of songs like taking you somewhere, like transporting you off somewhere, like having a clear, almost cinematic visual. That's so great. Even if there isn't a music video there, like we wanted to do a video for 2 words so badly, but we couldn't come up with anything that gave a visual better than I felt the song just did on its own. Like, I like that. Definitely drives some of our songwriting is coming up with those visuals, almost coming up with those.
Yeah.
You can close your eyes and almost picture the color of the song and the place of the song and all that.
Even Romanticism, we actually shot a music video. We shot an entire music video for Romanticism that we just ended up deciding didn't quite show the world enough that we wanted, because it's true, it's so important. I do think in terms of a music video, I hate just seeing music videos that clash with the feeling of the song. I feel like half the battle is trying to put you in that place. So And that's sort of the issue we had with that video. We obviously love shooting videos too. So that's part of it.
Slightly unrelated topic, but it just occurred to me. You guys are twins, right?
Yeah.
I wonder, does that have a sort of any impact, do you wonder, about like making music together? Because in my head, there's only two options. You either have a telepathic connection that makes it easy and completely convenient, or you're constantly fighting, if my own siblings are any indication to go by. Is there anything or in between?
I mean, we're twins, and also our first instruments were bass and drums. So like we're rhythm section twins. So right out the gate, I think we both have a good sense of like the rhythm of the song and kind of that stuff almost comes telepathically, that link. But we definitely, I think the benefit to being twins, because we've been in bands with other people, and that usually didn't last, is that we both have very strong opinions and are able to fight with each other on stuff to get a good result, and we don't take it to heart because we both know we're trying to get something good. Where sometimes when you're working with other people and you get in like a little bit of a tiff about the direction of a song, ego can get in the way. With the two of us, we don't really worry about that too much because we live together and like known each other our whole lives. So you're not like being malicious. You're both just trying to get a good result. I think that is super beneficial.
Yeah. But I'd say in general, we get along really well.
Yeah, for the most part.
I know it's weird. We do get asked often, like, are you guys at each other's throats all the time? Like, you go after each other, but not really. Honestly, we're actually both pretty. I'd say we're both pretty low key. Like our version of a big fight between siblings is probably very tame and boring to most people. It's probably like strong words, set at a maybe soft level. We don't really like.
You had to go for a little bit of quiet time for about 5 minutes. Oh, just the craziest argument imaginable.
Yeah, exactly.
With 2 words, at least. That was your first single back in, what was that, 2-3 years now, 2017? It absolutely blew up, and it was your first song that you guys had released as Retrofile, wasn't it? I think you got about 500,000 hits or something on that online. I mean, were you surprised? Were you expecting more of a curve?
Well, the thing is, we were, truthfully, we were in a band prior to Retrofile, which was totally different name, and it did pretty well. But I think that helped us a little bit because we finished that group and then we went straight to Retrofile in 2 words. So I still think we had a little bit of momentum from that, and then that helped 2 words kind of get over the hump. But oddly enough, 2 words was, when we put it out, it was the first song that I felt like it went beyond just our kind of small group of friends or our community, and it got shared a bunch online, and
there were a couple of things going on there.
And it was bizarre because to be completely honest with you, we weren't expecting that necessarily. We thought it was a really fun song and we loved it, and we put our loads of passion into it, but no, we didn't expect it to kind of pop off like that. The way it did.
Happy that it did. No, I just saw it here and there online, Spotify playlists from groovy Spotify playlists, so it's just popped up everywhere. I think people were just, like you say, it gave them a happy feeling and wanted to just share that around. It's just
And I should also say credit to Spotify, because I remember we put it out, and obviously they have playlists like Discover Weekly, New Music Friday, stuff like that. And very, very early on, they put 2 words on a bunch of playlists, and that helped us a ton. And that had nothing to do with us. We didn't submit for it. They just, I don't know how they choose those sorts of things, but that really helped it kind of get out there.
Whatever their algorithms are, they're great. They come across all sorts of stuff you wouldn't ever think that you'd like, but somehow they know. A little creepy sometimes, but hey.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Well, thinking then about that sad Netflix series idea, we do all sorts of pop culture stuff on UDS over at, video games, TV, movie, all sorts. If there were a single thing, whether that's a movie, a TV show, a documentary, where would you most like a Retrofile song to feature in the rest of the world?
The
tough one.
That's a great question.
I have always loved the idea of like the season closer. You know, everyone loves the good like season closer song where like, oh, what's her face is going off to college and Jimmy and Joni got married and those. But I think one of those would be great. Or like the high school dance and they finally kiss. Like those scenes are like great. That. Like and the music kind of just rises over.
Yourself in season 5, a little dance scene, Retrofile playing out anachronistically in the background.
I like that one a lot. Yeah, like
either that or something all out crazy, like a Community episode where it breaks into full musical, something like that. Cool. Just something outrageous, Yeah, something like that would be cool.
I like this. I think that's funny. All right. There was so. I really need to ask this of the guys over here. Well, so we're called Upside Down Shark. That's what UES stands for. I have no idea, by the way. I really need to ask them where that came about, why there's a giant shark behind my head right now. But either way, we've always got to ask this question for everybody. It's what's your favorite shark? That's fictional, real, or imaginary?
Favorite shark. I mean, the first thing that pops in my head, maybe I hate to admit, maybe I don't, is Dr. Evil asking for friggin' sharks with friggin' lasers on their heads. I can't. That's the kind of the first thing that pops into my mind. I don't know if they're my favorite sharks, but I like the idea of it.
Is there an evil mastermind in there? Sharks with freaking laser beams on their head?
I share my head and I'm getting closer to Dr. Evil. Maybe that's why. But
don't get a cat, whatever you do. You're not allowed to get a cat. And how about yourself?
Yeah. Oh, man, that's a really good one. Favorite shark? I feel like going with the great white or whatever from Jaws is maybe a little on the money, but pretty infamous. I guess Jaws really sparked it all. Really, that movie.
Yeah.
Who gave a crap?
Where would you be
before Jaws?
What's that?
Who gave a crap about sharks before Jaws? Yeah.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thinking of the future, it's good to hear that quarantine won't disrupt, music making for you guys going forward. As far as you can say, then, for the future, what's next? What can we expect from you guys for the rest of the year?
Well, the thing is, this was going to be the first summer we were going to sort of start to legitimately go out, start touring Canada, maybe into the States a little bit, UK. The world was our oyster, so to speak. Obviously, COVID puts a little bit of a damper on that, and we will start touring once this clears up and it's safe for everybody. Mm-hmm. But we're going to continue with the Blanketfort sessions to sort of fill that void and hopefully share some live music with everyone. And then at the moment, we're working on one surprise that is going to come out probably in the next month.
Yeah, that should be soon.
So that's a song that we're going to put out, and we're hoping to put that out within the month. And then we're also working on another EP at the moment.
Another 4-track EP, which will come out probably sometime during the summer. I mean, a single from it will come out earlier, and then we're kind of put it out bit by bit after that. But nice. We're probably going to be put out more content because of this than less, more likely. Because like Luke said, we have so many demos, so many songs written. Really the hard part is just finishing them, and now it's like you have no excuse. There's all the time in the world to finish them. So EP, a little surprise song coming out soon, and then probably even more after that, as long as there's no touring. That's kind of all, that's where you're at, is releasing music online. So that's where we're at. We're going to be releasing as much as we can.
Yeah, plenty to perform when we're back out on touring then, it sounds like. Yeah. Well, for the unfortunate few who haven't heard of Retrofile before and will now after this interview, where can they find all of your music online?
I think if you just look up Retrofile, I think you should pop everywhere. And
It's just any way you get music.
Yeah, Spotify, YouTube, if you want to watch some music videos on YouTube. Follow our Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff and stay up to date on stuff. But other than that, just wherever you like listening to tunes, they're probably up there.
Awesome. That's thanks so much for you guys' time. It's been fantastic chatting with you guys. And yeah, looking forward to the new tracks later on in the year. It's fantastic.
And thank you very much for talking to us.
Thanks for chatting.
And thank you to anybody that listens, because we really genuinely appreciate it and love making the music. So thank you.